Without the video then? I never did the sound check. I can see it's working. Hey, hey. Indeed. Thank you so much, Bill. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of Orange County. How you doing today? It is so nice to see you. My name is Tom. I'm the music director here. It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you guys for keeping your appointment with us. You all look lovely. Thank you for showing up today. Did you do your hair? Okay, cool. Yeah, see, I knew that. That's why I pointed indiscriminately in that direction. Anyway, all right, it's time to get our vibration going by singing together. So please rise as we sing. I release and I let go. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, you sound small but mighty today. Before you are seated, take a second and welcome your Unity neighbor with a greeting. It's going out. It is? I can hear it. Yeah. It's getting angled away from me. But yeah, it is getting angled. It also means the monitor might be a little louder than normal. Do you need a microphone, by the way? No, I don't. Okay. I was walking up here thinking.
In fact, I kept thinking things.
No, that's fair. As you guys return to your seats, you may be seated. Let's welcome Tina to the platform. Hi, Tina.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Tom. Good morning, everyone. So nice to see you here today. Welcome to Unity of Orange County. And if you're watching us on YouTube, well, welcome. And thank you for tuning in. Today, we start, as always, by affirming a prayer for our church, our vision, and our mission statements. So together, God is our strength, our substance, our source, and our supply. We open our minds to divine ideas, and we are grateful for the flow of good in our ministries. And our vision statement, we are love, honoring the divine in all. And our mission statement, we awaken, inspire, and transform lives through loving kindness, education, and service. And at this time, we always are grateful for those that help make this service possible. First of all, I'd like to thank Mark, who isn't in here. I don't know why he isn't sitting in here. But Mark is such a big help setting up our sanctuary, and he puts out our signs, and he puts up tables, and He's really doing a wonderful job, and so thank you so much, Mark. If you could pass that information on to him, we'd really appreciate it. Of course, our music director, Tom. Thank you, Tom, as always. And on keyboard, and our choir director, Bill. Yes, and John on camera. Waverly streaming. Our trustee today is Howard. Thank you, Howard, and welcome back. We have our greeters today were Kathy and Sandy. Thank you so much for greeting everyone with your warm, wonderful smiles. Our hospitality today is our Chenise and Aaron. And they have a wonderful feast waiting for us. So thank you so much. And doing double duty today is Chenise as our speaker, our wonderful angel. And her title today is Awakening Your Spiritual Gangster Through the Power of Understanding. I can't wait. So the talk highlights, we will explore how accessing our spiritual understanding unleashes incredible power within us to transform our work with committed daily action. Exciting, thank you. All right, we have a few announcements today. We only have a few weeks before we're into our new place. Isn't that exciting? Yes, boy, that's going to be great. In case you haven't been there, the address is 23822 Avenida Sevilla in Laguna Woods. It is Clubhouse 3, or the Performing Arts Center, and we call it the PAC, in Dining Room 2. And as you enter the front, it's on the left-hand side, and you'll see our banners there and all. It's only from El Toro Road, it's the 10th light. You turn left into gate 3. And you just tell them that you're there for Unity Church. And as you enter, you will see the parking lot on the left-hand side. It's so easy to get to, and it's a huge building, and it's really exciting. So I hope you guys are excited about joining in the new place. Yes. They're there for the Unity Church. Yes. Okay, we also have a new P.O. box for Unity of Orange County for all of our mail. And so if you would like to mail in your donations, for instance, it would be at 25310 Moulton Parkway, Suite 0533, and Laguna Woods, 92637. 23. Okay. Yes, exactly. 236. I know. 23637. Today we will have prayer chaplains available if you need prayer. And if you are interested in becoming a prayer chaplain, please see Stephanie. It's really a wonderful service to be a prayer chaplain. And so if you feel a calling, please see her. Following the service today, we will have our Circle of Connection. And so we're really honored to have Chenise as the person who will be conducting the circle. And it's always exciting to dig deeper into whatever the message of the day is. And our last announcement is don't forget our Summer of Fun. On the August the 10th, we're having our barbecue, and it will be held at my house. And it's very close to the church. So what we're asking you to do is bring a side dish and a chair. If you have an instrument like a drum or a guitar or anything like we usually do at our picnics, please bring them along. And we'll be sitting outside. We'll have directions for you next week. And it's just going to be a lot of fun, just gathering. And since it will be right after church, you can bring your side dish along with you, put it in the refrigerator, and then just come on over right after church. It's really simple. And again, it will be a lot of fun. Just a heads up, my back patio has been torn apart. They tore the walls down, and now they're restuccoing them back up again. So there might be some construction, but that's okay. Sandy, did you have a question? No. Okay, so that's Summer of Fun, and I hope you're there. Please sign up and let me know so that I can make sure we have enough hot dogs and hamburgers, okay? All right, that's all for today.
Thank you, Tina. All right, as Tina mentioned, we are talking about spiritual gangsters today. And what that means, you're going to have to stay tuned for the talk, exactly. But where I went with this was, who are the musical spiritual gangsters? And there's a lot, honestly. In the list of songs that I normally pull from, there's a lot of them that are in there. So I could have gone a lot of different directions, but I kind of went with some OGs, if you will. This first one, I don't think she would have considered herself a spiritual gangster. She was definitely a socio-political gangster. But her songs also kind of transcend and become spiritual when you start breaking them down and, you know, examining what she's singing about. So as I was saying to Bill earlier today, this one is kind of more seeking. This song is about looking. And when she wrote it, I don't think she intended for this song to be a spiritual song, but it absolutely is. Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. Looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know at all. Thank you guys so much. Yes, that was Joni Mitchell, I heard someone say. And again, that's a song that she wrote when she was very young, when she probably was more on the side of the first perspective. And then later on, she's invited back, I think, to the Lincoln Center to sing the song again, where she's very much on the other side of that song. And it's a beautiful thing to watch her go through that transformation over the decades of her life. And that's why I think this song has a lot more meaning spiritually to it than she realized when she wrote it. So, all right, we're going to do another spiritual gangster later on after the talk. But for now, we're going to sing together in the silence as we get ready for our daily word and our meditation. Feet flat on the floor, if that's okay for your body. And as you sing these words, I want you to think about what you're singing. Here we go. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light now you find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved with gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there, peace is there, truth is there, God is there. And let's welcome Tina to the platform. Oh, let's welcome Chenise to the platform. Sorry, my bad.
All right. Wow. I haven't gotten to hear that new Entering in the Silence and Meditation song, just so perfect. And that Joni Mitchell song, wow, you really got it. I love to be surprised. So good morning, everyone. Before we read our Unity Daily Word, we're going to start by lighting the Christ candle and also blessing the prayer box. So I'm going rogue. Got to follow me. I got you. All right. So we light this candle in remembrance of that eternal light, which we call the Christ, that is ever present within all beings, always available, always shining within us. And so as we light it, symbolically, we bring our attention to that light that is within us. I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Let your light shine. Let's bask in that glow. So at this point, we're just going to hold space and give thanks for answered prayer. We know that in the mind of the divine, there is no problem, there is only solution. And so together with our hearts, we create that sacred space to allow blessing to come forth for each person, each concern, any care that might be in the hearts of those within the sound of my voice, or those within the petitions that have been placed forth in this box out of loving care. We turn our moment over in love, in gratitude, and in faith, allowing the goodwill ever present to be known, knowing it is already made manifest. And all we can do is celebrate it and give thanks and say, so it is. Amen. So nice to be back with you all. So Sunday, July 20th, 2025, our daily word is surrender. And our affirmation, spiritual surrender is my path to peace. Let's say that together. Spiritual surrender is my path to peace. It's natural to have ideas and preferences about how things should be and to work towards the results I want. But I can exhaust myself if I attempt to exert control over my life circumstances. In fact, the more I try, the less control I feel I have. Releasing the illusion of control, I practice spiritual surrender. So much more than giving up, surrendering my efforts and my hopes to the divine within me is an act of empowerment. It means living my faith that God is in and through all things. It means trusting that there are outcomes better than the ones I have imagined. I surrender to God's peace and perfection within me. I give up trying to control outcomes and relax, welcoming serendipity and peace. Surrender is the way. And from Proverbs 23:26, my child, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. Surrender is the way. And so now it's our time to step away from the world as we prepare our inner sanctuary to receive the inspiration of the day, to forget about whatever is out there, set our burdens down, and reset. Hold the sacred appointment that we have made, that we have come here to meet in this moment. So I invite you, allow your body to just kind of settle in, shift, settle, breathe, trust. And if you feel comfortable, close the shades of your eyes, soften your gaze, and relax into this now moment where you get to focus on pure being, allowing all that has been to ripple out from you. Like ripples on a pond, out and away, revealing the stillness, the clarity, the reflection of the divine within you. So let's take a few deep breaths together, breathing in, God. Exhaling, letting go. Breathing in again, breathing in, God. Letting it go. Surrendering, opening, resting. And from this place of rest, knowing all of your needs are met, right here, right now, is where you need to be. Feet kissing the earth, heart soft, mind open. We allow. We invite the Spirit of the Living One. Come, come, come. Enlighten my mind. Warm my heart. Fill my body with the sunlight of Spirit. Shining, streaming from within, radiating without, clearing away, revealing the light of our true nature. In the stillness of our hearts, we can turn to the God within, savoring our oneness with the divine, wanting nothing, fearing nothing, lacking nothing, basking in the presence, in communing beyond words, through the soul. Opening a way for that Christ within to connect us to the God within, ever leaning forth to speak within our being, letting divine light, divine love flowing into me, through me, awakening my new self in the moment, in the stillness, in the sweetness, in the moment. beautiful. Thank you. Hello again. Oh, I love my Unity community. So thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I don't consider myself a teacher. I consider myself a student and a sharer. I get to see things. I hope I get to show you, so maybe you can see it as well. So I know that our team must have really had questions this week when they saw the title of my talk, Awakening the Power of Your Spiritual Gangster. But the fact that we might have a visceral reaction to it is exactly the reason why we have to talk about this. So the way that we get to explore our lessons in unity is always from a metaphysical and a truth perspective underneath everything. So part of this idea of using the power of spiritual understanding to awaken our spiritual gangster has to do with a little lesson that I had from a goldfish. So when I was asked to speak, I had listened to a teacher. And this teacher works with animals. Believe me, I'll connect it. This is the spiritual gangster in me making the connection. And this teacher was giving a lesson on the spiritual lessons of a goldfish. And at first I was so resistant, because when I hear animals, of course, I think of a falcon, I think of a wolf, I think of these majestic creatures. And in this talk with this teacher, this whole world opened up of the power of the goldfish and all of the lessons that they bring when we enter into the realm of the goldfish. And I thought, if I can learn from a goldfish, what else might be holding truth and lessons for me in life that I am not seeing? And that's part of what being a spiritual gangster is. Because it has never been more apparent to me, and maybe to a lot of you, that we are in a really great need of a paradigm shift, right? In regards to the power we have been assigning to the systems and to the people outside ourselves to solve our individual and our collective problems. And our human instinct for survival and security and safety, we get it. But to each age, different tasks are given. History is lived. Lessons hopefully are learned. And errors, which are learning opportunities, are hopefully transformed into fuel for future growth and evolution. And running backwards, have you ever tried to run backwards? I had this word come up to me last week, running backwards. I've never seen it done. I don't recommend trying it. But when we rely on things we've already done, it's not going to get us forward, right? So this idea of, running backwards from situations up ahead, it's only going to lead us in circles and keep us diverted actually from the path of action forward. So it's time to shake up and wake up if we really, truly intend to make this world a better place and our lives a meaningful expression of what we stand for, what we love, and it must start with us. We have to get our vision back and start running to life instead of running away from the realities that are disturbing us. These things that confound us, challenge all of us with the why. It's not about the why. It's about the what can we do. Yeah. So we need to reactivate our power of spiritual understanding, which in Unity, we study the 12 powers of man, represented by the 12 disciples that help us focus on different divine qualities that, when brought together in unison, really produce what we would call our highest aspect of ourselves, the Christ, represented by the Master Jesus. In this month, it's spiritual understanding. And there's a lot of things being brought to us that are confounding us. And Thomas is that disciple that represents spiritual understanding. And why is because he always questioned everything. He even questioned Jesus after he was crucified and was resurrected, like, no, I got to feel it for myself. Let me touch that, right? And it's not bad to doubt, to question. We have choice and consciousness for a reason. But spiritual understanding is going to make things completely aware to us that our human understanding blocks. Like me saying goldfish, psh, make me a falcon. So when we exercise this aspect of spiritual understanding, we're able to see beyond appearances and external conditions and see with the right faculty of truth, which will always affirm the source and omnipresence of the one creator, God, divinity, whatever you want to put on it, the infinite field. It's always present in all beings, all situations, and it's ever available to us all. So Thomas always wanted to learn. We should always want to learn, right? We have to have the courage to question our old ways of thinking and our old ways of being if we are really to behold and reveal that divinity that is at the core of us and that's also at the core of every single person we meet. And when we connect with Source, made manifest. We need to connect with that part of ourselves and allow that to guide us and direct us. Not as the world is attempting to do, but in a free-flowing offering of love that radiates through us in our desire to understand. So what does this have to do with the idea of gangster? Right? I know a lot of you, gangster, but I will ask you, who, when they are at home, has ever had the Godfather come on and been able to turn it off? Depending how much time you have. There is a reason for that. There is a reason why Scripture pulls us in. There is a reason, because it's our story, right? And I know a lot of you may be thinking, I have made a questionable choice in me reminding us that we have to question everything to bring attention to the value of racketeering, organized crime, and the mob. But the very fact that we must be brave enough as spiritual gangsters to break apart and break down these world systems of thought that keep us loyal to old ideas, biases, and assumptions. These outdated worldly assumptions that continue to divide us. So in the atmosphere of fear that I feel has been dominating the mass mindsets of most people, it's time for us to unleash our spiritual power and take back the streets of our own minds. We got to set ourselves straight if we want to clean up this neighborhood. And there is going to be meaningful work for us to do in learning on every level of life, even the goldfish level. The garbage men are on strike, and there's a lot of cleaning, and no one's coming to do it for us, right? But what if you kept in mind, I have a mighty connection. What if you knew there was someone out there, a mighty godfather, godmother, that always got your back? What if you remembered you have a crew that's always going to be there for you, right? A spiritual gangster knows this, right? But that's on the inside because it's in every single person. And they say don't take it personal. Guess how God works, Spirit works. It works person to person to person to person. And a lot of the most historic, mythic, legendary, epic spiritual gangsters are the ones that brought all of us here in unity today because we broke with the old way. They broke with the old way. So let's talk about what makes a spiritual gangster a gangster. And if you don't like that term, I invite you to use alchemist, soul rebel, revolutionary, spiritual artist, activist, artivist, whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable. But if you have any kind of block, we got to check ourselves, right? So, number one, a spiritual gangster will never try to convince anyone to believe what they believe. But rather, they come to embody their message in such a way that others want to be involved in what they're doing. For a spiritual gangster, just being themselves, embodying forgiveness, love, and kindness wherever they go becomes the biggest contribution to awakening humanity. Spiritual gangster is one who's committed to living spiritually in this ever-increasing materialistic world. Someone who lives life to the fullest. A spiritual gangster's mission is designed to join ancient wisdom with modern spiritual practices. It is staying rooted in your truth and spreading positivity regardless of the external environment. Remind you of anyone you might know around here? Look around, right? You're all doing it. So, looking at how people can be spiritual gangsters could be looking at the person at the store who holds the door open for you. Person who helped their nephew start a lemonade stand on the corner, right? It's undercover flow. We don't talk about it. We live it. So to unleash your spiritual gangster and to remind and empower everyone here and everyone listening, we got to take it to the streets. And we can't clean up out there without cleaning up in here. And that is a unity principle. So would you like to learn the SG code? Yes. All right. I'm going to give you these 5 rules. This is the spiritual gangster code. Listen. Practice them, see what happens. All right. At the core of the spiritual gangster code, number 1 is the spiritual namaste. The G in me sees the G in you. And the G is for God, right? And guess what principle that is? Unity principle number 2. We remember human beings have a spark of divinity within them, and their very essence is of God and therefore inherently good. Number 1 code, you go out, G in me sees the G in you, in awe. Number 2, big one, silence. I know I'm breaking the code. I got to talk about it to educate, but silence. There's another word if you really know what I'm talking about, but we'll call it silence for now. Don't talk about it, do it. Spiritual understanding puts feet to our prayers. Undercover flow. Spiritual gangster radiates it. They live it. They don't talk about it. You know it when you're near them. You don't even have to know what religion they are, because the religion is love. Silence. Unity's 4th principle. Prayer, sacred silence, contemplation, meditation is creative thinking that heightens the connection with the God mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, healing, and everything good. Silence. And even St. Francis, one of my favorite SGs, said, preach the gospel at all times and use words if necessary. We speak between 7,000 and 16,000 words a day. How many of them do we listen to before we actually let them fly out of our mouth? Is what we're saying what we want to experience? Pause. Take a beat. Check yourself. Right? Say thank you. But as Master Jesus said, the ultimate SG, be still and know. Silence. 3, seeing. This is the key for me. I think this is the key of this whole teaching for me of being a spiritual gangster, and it has to do with spiritual understanding. Human life, I see a pile of dishes. Oh my gosh, another dish, another dish, another dish, another dish. What's the truth of it? How many dishes are there? Just one. Right now, right? So, 3rd rule. Here we go. It's all about seeing. Typically, we wear these sunglasses to block out UV rays, protect us, right? Really, we need to be blocking out what's blocking us. They should make sunglasses that have reflection on the inside. The spiritual principle is, and this is law number 1 of mind action, right? There is no out there. And as Wayne Dyer says it, what we see out there is a reflection of ourselves. So seeing rightly, being aware when you're looking to the external world or the world of conditions to make you happy. We have to see through the world of external conditions. Spiritual gangster wears cool shapes to help protect them from appearances. Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment. Look past the blindness, look past the disease, the unfairness, to the true, unchanging, eternal nature of the divine. Right seeing. The real need in life is not so much to achieve the ability to set all things right, but to gain the perception to see them rightly. It's not so much important what happens around us or even to us, but happens within us. See it rightly. Set yourself straight so you can really have that spiritual understanding and enter into the moment wherever you are. 4th, loyalty. Vow to be loyal. Take care of the family. Guess what with spiritual understanding? Who's your family? Every single person you come into contact with is the most important person. And you protect your neighborhood. And when we remember that we are God's children, that we are one, we have an all-inclusive squad. We don't have to claim a street. Wherever we go, we carry that. Because wherever we are, guess what? God is. Last part of our code, rule number 5. Oh, and that last one, by the way, about loyalty, taking care of the family. That's unity's first principle. God is absolute good, everywhere present. And lastly, in our code, a spiritual gangster gets the job done in their own way. And I like to think of this as having some style, having your own attitude. No one's going to do it your way. And there's only one of you. And this is where faith, focus, and attitude really come into play, because it doesn't matter what you do. It's you doing it that matters. And this is when you have to dive in your own divinity to glimpse the vision that is calling you uniquely forward into these uncharted streets to find out what wants to be shared, what wants to be given through you according to your uniqueness. Everyone else is already taken. Be your own spiritual gangster. Mother Teresa said, "Spread love wherever you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier." And as Beckwith says, we can either be pushed by pain until we are pulled by a vision. What's your vision? So the key lesson here to unleashing your spiritual gangster is you must bring your divinity into the experience that you encounter and change it from the inside out. We must bring our divinity to the world. We are not here to take what the world gives us. It's not real. We are here to give, reveal, unleash, in whatever small ways, one dish, one step, one door, one smile, one plate of food, the real SGs, one little goldfish. Got it? And this is our unity 5th principle. Knowing and understanding the laws of life and truth are not enough. A person must also live the truth as they know it. So the spiritual gangster keeps this code. This is our practice. Go out. Reveal the divinity wherever you are, but don't talk about it. Young people today are turning away from organized religion. They're turning to individual spiritual practices that are unconventional. Because if you have to talk about it, you're outside of it. A mentor of mine was talking about understanding, and it made understanding, human understanding, you're under something. We don't want to be under or away. We need to be in it. And gangsters get the job done for spirit. So just remember, a spiritual gangster's greatest weapon is love. It's not violence. They're not interested in recognition or talking about their success. They are motivated by service. They are not about competition or claiming territory. They are focused on completion and community. They are not interested in asserting their power because they know true strength comes from facing vulnerability. And just a reminder, Jesus, born a human. Mother Teresa, born a human. John Lewis, getting into good trouble, born a human. Sitting Bull, born a human. Francis, born a human. Buddha, Gandhi, Mandela, Hawking. Francis Ford Coppola, born a human. But it was their commitment to bringing forth their unique essence, their divinity, that transformed the world around them because they chose to bring it forth. So these historical and legendary SGs, as we call them, let them inspire us to continue to look in the right direction before we look out there. We're not here to set anyone else straight. We got to clean up the streets first within here. So that is what we experience out there. So that we can reveal that infinite good in whatever way we're called to serve. So just take a moment. And I want you to reflect in your life. Who are some spiritual gangsters you know? These undercover lovers of God revealing. Right? They lived it. 1, namaste, G. 2, don't talk about it. 3, see it rightly. 4, take care of your family. And 5, get the job done in your own way, because no one else can do it. That's why you're here. I'd like to leave you with this quote. Great men are not born great. They grow great. And that is from Don Vito Corleone. Thank you for listening. Stay gangster.
I 10 out of 10, no notes. I have nothing to say other than I'm just going to sing a song if that's all right with you. My second spiritual gangster is John Lennon. Definitely, again, socio-political, but also the Beatles went and studied spirituality. They popularized Eastern spirituality in this country when they went there and brought some back and got a whole bunch of people interested in it. And this song is, I feel like it's about as spiritual gangster as it gets. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. John 2. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of one. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. And let's welcome Tina back up.
Thank you so much, Tom. That was beautiful. And thank you so much to Stephanie, Chenise. We are all one. Between the two of you, I tell you. Thank you for a wonderful message today. At this time of our service, we practice the principle of giving and receiving. And so if you have an offering that you would like to put in the basket today, or if you would just if you do it electronically like I do, whatever, let's put our hands together and bless our offerings. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we always give and receive in love. And our ushers are going to pass the basket around. Very nice. Thank you so much for that. Our church is solely funded through your generous offerings. And so we always and so much appreciate all of your donations. And there are several ways that you can donate. You can text to 77977. And in the message, you can put Unity of OC Give, or you could go to our website. If you haven't been to our website recently, be sure that you go and visit. It's really, really very nice. Okay. And if we could have one of the ushers bring up the offerings, and if Chenise would bless the baskets.
We give thanks for the opportunity to give. For each person who's put forth their love or their time and their talent, we just say, thank you, God, for this outpouring of love which supports our community, our work in the world, and magnifies the abundant nature of you and blesses all. We just say thank you. We are blessed. Amen. Great talk. Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much. All righty. Well, next week is our last week here. So I hope all of you will be here so that we can bless this wonderful place that we've had for 10 years, I believe. Yes. And so it's going to be a wonderful closing for us here. And then we'll move on to bigger and better things, as always. So thank you for being here today, and have a wonderful week. We'll see you then.
As we wrap up service, please stand, hold hands as we sing our peace song and then our prayer for protection. Walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God, and the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. All together, wherever we are, God is, and all is well.